Okay, we'll go live. I just walked in as Rennie was hanging up. So we'll see if we can get anybody back in. And there we are. Upcoming, it says, The Captain's Cabin. Oh, it's live. There we go. So if anybody wants to come in, is anybody still coming in? Then I'll stick around for a few minutes and we'll see what happens. And I don't know if anybody will be notified by this or not. Well, we got one person watching. Hey, folks, I just walked in as Rennie was hanging up with you. So let's see if you can spread the word. If anybody wants to come in here, back in here tonight, we're here right now. So let's see. 4 comments. Oh, there we go. Susie Q is here. Roger Rabbit is here. Michelle Canham Free is here. Like number one, she says. No one or number one? Rose Good. She the doc didn't even want to do x-rays or imaging of any kind. He said normally a neck injury, they would do an MRI, but he didn't want to put her through that. He says, I don't think she's got anything broken in there. He says maybe some ligament damage. We don't know yet. He says maybe just strained it. She fell on her head on the concrete. So doing cartwheels. And she said, I put a pillow down on the floor. I said, don't do cartwheels on the concrete again. And so he just said, let's not do imaging. He says, you start imaging around here for kids. He said, the radiation, he says, I don't like to, this is what I do for my own kid. He says, I don't like to expose that area in kids to radiation. It can cause thyroid problems later on in life. And he says, even a little bit of radiation, he says, so let's avoid it as much as possible. And he said, we'll do imaging if she gets worse. He just said, give her Tylenol and take it from there. So, yeah, she's thick-headed, Roger Rabbit. It would take a lot to hurt anything in there. Here comes Rainey. So she's going to grab a chair and come in.
What's up? I'm back.
You got the full Rainey tonight?
Did you miss me?
Yeah, really. So
thanks for putting up with me.
Thanks for doing that.
Yeah.
I just left the mic open, and I normally, if there had been a real big emergency, I would not have walked down here. They were telling me already upstairs, the EMTs, that she's probably okay, but take her in. They were debating if they wanted me to take her in the ambulance. Now that I thought about it on the way over, I should have let her just take the ambulance ride so she could have a story at school tomorrow. But so, that's what we did. And she's doing okay. So trying to get you in here.
Let's see if and where.
And Ro just walked back down the stairs, so she's all right. She's coming to say hi right now.
Did you tell him what you just did to me, Mom?
What did you do to her?
She had a spot on her cheek, and I took a makeup wipe and wiped it off, and then I grabbed her head and twisted it like this to clean off the makeup on this cheek.
Oh, nice.
And she's like, ah!
Here, let me see that. Ah! There you go. Hey,
awesome.
You dropped this on her shirt.
Oh, you're so
Don't make me laugh.
No.
Hey, Rowan, says Susie Q. And Dadbulance. Yeah, that was it. Usually Rainey's the one that runs everybody in. Do you know how many times she has had a kid of ours in the ER in the last month? She's been like, good grief. It seems like every other week somebody's going to the ER for something. And
she's getting herself in a spot where she can't
getting
get
herself
up.
in a spot. You
Dang
need help
it.
getting up?
I thought I recorded this, or I wouldn't have shut the camera off.
That you recorded what?
I thought I recorded a piece of the video for getting stuck.
Oh, do you need help standing up? There you go. Yep. There you go. Now you got Tylenol, right? I'm giving it to you. That should kick in soon. We'll sit down. So,
Just move my arm like this, and you're
so don't do that. All right.
So that's where it hurts the most.
You're going to have to not climb on furniture sideways and slide down like that. You're going to have to just walk normal and sit normal and stuff like that. So, yeah, when Mom had me, Rainey had me on the show, once I was on, I couldn't hear anything anymore. So, do you get a punch card for that 10th visit, and you get a free, and 1 month is free to the ER? That's a good one, Roger. So, what are you finding out over there, Mama?
Well, I thought I recorded it, the incident.
Oh,
And then I went and shut the camera off down here because the TV was on because somebody turned the TV on and didn't put the remote back.
got it. We've got the security cameras that are all around. There's one down here where she was doing that. So Rainey thought she caught it over there.
One of the firefighters that came, I knew who he was.
You did?
Yeah.
He said,
We're in a small town, so the main guy that stood kind of back
he
in
said
the
my
hallway,
kid goes to school with Rowan. So
and then scouts when we've done the tours of the firehouse and
Right,
stuff
right.
at school, he's usually there with the fire truck.
yeah. So, how you feeling? You ready to go to bed?
No.
No. So far so good. What are you going to show us there, Rainey? Oh, security camera? Oh, we might get to see. Here we go. This is when it actually happened. Boom.
Not funny.
Crack. Wow.
Did you see those legs up in the
Play
air?
that back again, Ma.
Stop.
Okay, there's Rowan. What?
Stuck in the pillow.
Ow. So she didn't land directly on the concrete. That's the big pillow on the rug on the concrete. So yeah, we have security cameras around the house. So Rainey just found it and backed it up and found it. So there it was.
No.
Show us one more time, Ma.
No, delete it.
Oh, I already turned it off.
Oh, it's not too embarrassing. You had pretty good form until you landed on your head. So
Ow.
it hurts when I laugh, so don't laugh.
Ow.
Here, maybe
Don't
help
touch
her.
it,
Help her.
touch
Mom.
it.
Just sit straight. There you go. All right. So there you go, folks. That was our excitement. Are you okay?
Is it the muscles in there that are cramping?
Yeah. Well, she turns her head and it cramps up. So there you go. There it is.
I think it's like my shoulder when my shoulder froze.
Yeah, probably.
Bing
So
bong, Bob. Bing
there we
bong.
go.
And was he having a seizure there? What the hell was that? Did you see his head?
So yes, I'm back, Matthew Sainsbury.
Oh.
Didn't need vertebrae. She didn't need those vertebrae anyway, says David Castle.
Right.
We can laugh now that she's okay. That's don't put the cat on
I
Mom's
don't
head.
need to scratch
That cat has claws.
Well, you want to know what the cat did to me all last night? He pawed me in the head till I gave him attention.
That's
Should've
what
let
he
him Out
does.
of the room.
You know what I do? I lock him out of the room if he does that.
Ah, don't touch me.
Let me see that cat.
Come on, Bing Bong. Bing Bong, Saget.
Bob Saget. There he is. There's Bob Saget. Hey, what are you doing? Huh?
Oh, what's up? He's got goop in his eye.
What are you doing?
He's supposed to love me
There he
more,
is.
not you.
He loves me
He
more.
loves the people who torture him but don't pick him up.
Hey, don't.
Matthew says, glad
Yeah,
to
oh,
see
hold
your
on.
fine roll.
Here, you know what? I'm going to pick you up by your nape of your neck if you're not.
He doesn't
So there he
like
is.
that.
He doesn't care. He's a
Hey,
kitty.
Bing Bong.
So that was Rowan, not the
She
cat.
loves me. Oh,
So.
he loves me. See, look at that. Look at that. He
Who's
loves
that?
me. Oh,
That's
he
Ellery
loves
is
me.
calling you, Mom. So, you know,
I'll be up in a minute.
David Potter, Uncle Dave's here. So what the hell did I miss? I can't find a link to log in to call in. There is no link. I can invite you in, though, because I just went direct live. Let me copy the link here for you, Uncle Dave, and I'll post it in the chat room. Boom. Why don't you go on up with Mom? You got the cat in your shirt. That cat's going to claw you. Have fun with the cat clawing you, okay? Oh boy. So he's going to make you flinch, which is going to make your neck go like that. And you're going to go, ow, ow. And then he's going to claw you. So there you go, Uncle Dave. Did you get that link? Yeah, there it is. So, yeah, this was just a quickie coming back in because Rainey ended the show. There he is. There's Uncle Dave. How you doing,
What did
Dave?
you do?
Let me turn you up here. I did not hear that.
Rowan,
Oh, hold on.
what
Rainey's
did
got
you
the
do?
headset plugged in. Hang on. All right.
Rowan,
Now
what
we
did
should
you
have-
do?
What did she do? She
Yeah.
You missed it. Rainey just showed the video. She went to the home security system. And
Yeah, I
to the
saw that.
camera. And so yeah, Rowan was doing cartwheels over the
On the
concrete
driveway?
floor. What's that?
Oh, down in the basement.
Down in the basement on concrete. And so they had the rug there and the big oversized pillows, but she landed funny on her head and twisted her neck up. She will have a stiff neck in the morning. I told her be prepared for getting up in the morning and having it feel really sore.
Is she not
So-
letting mom give it a massage?
No, not really yet. Rainey will give her one if she needs one there. So, but the doc just put her on Tylenol. But of course, whenever stuff like this happens, you know when it happens? 10 minutes before the show. So that's always it. So I'm more than concerned enough to jump in the car, and the show can go to hell if it needs to, if there's an emergency here. But
Right.
we called them. They were here for about 20 minutes, and the EMTs, and they said, well, we don't think it's broken, but you might want to take her in. They were debating doing an ambulance ride. Do you want us to take him in? And I should have just let Rowan have the ambulance ride. But she rode in the car, and she was fine. So there it is. So
That's super expensive, and the insurance doesn't always cover it.
right, our insurance covers it, but it's so. Oh, I had the nurse that was there. I did tune in for a couple of minutes from the office there, when Rainey was on, and the nurse that was there, I took my mask off, and she goes, "Oh, it's you," and I go, "It's you." And she's the one that was always there when I'd go in the last couple of years for any of the emergencies with my heart. So, and she goes, "I know you." I said, "Yep, it's just not me. I'm not the patient this time." So knock on wood, it has been since February since I've had any heart issues. So that's a good thing so far. Knock on wood. So they think they fixed it, is what they said. The problem that
Well,
was
that's
causing
good.
the problems. So Roe's going to be fine, I think. Just a kid thing that when we were kids, our parents probably would have said, "I'm not
Shake
calling
it
no 911.
Shake it off.
Shake it off." But it's my girl, she's a little girl, so it's a
Oh, yeah,
little
how can you
different.
not?
And how can you not? Yeah, exactly. So so she's okay. I think she'll be okay. She'll just be a little stiff and sore.
Well, that's what happened to Stewie. He fell off a dresser, and Stewie on the Family Guy
Oh, the cartoon Stewie.
fell off a dresser, flattened his head.
Yep,
And that's why he's shaped like a football.
there it is.
But it turned him into an intelligent little British boy, which is weird because they're not.
I know. So
He's Rex Harrison.
yes. Why can't a woman be more like a man? So rub some dirt on it and you'll be just fine, says Roger Rabbit. Yep.
Yeah.
I get a little it's kind of funny. It's like it's that whole syndrome of I'm just fine and everything's good, and as soon as they start asking me questions, I start getting emotional. And I'm like, "Damn it, what am I emotional for? I'm just answering questions because it's my kid and you don't want to see your kid get hurt." you know, and so there it is.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Yeah.
I go away to lodge, and all this shit happens on Thursday nights when I'm not around. I'm like, what the hell happened this time?
Yep. That's exactly it. So
My first thought was she got into another fight, and I'm like, I hope this isn't Uncle Dave's fault.
yeah, Uncle Dave.
Because I don't know. I've been sending her self-defense things that are set up for girls and young women to protect themselves from men and boys that are abusive.
Yes.
And so I thought, oh my God, she did something jujitsu on somebody, and and she got hurt.
Jujitsu'd on someone's ass. and
Uncle Dave's gonna have a lot of splaining to do.
Yeah, Uncle Dave, what was it you told her to do?
Why'd you send her all these fight videos?
Yes.
Oh, I send her how-to videos. I don't know if she's looked at them yet, but they're on her messenger.
Well,
she's mad at me, so she doesn't respond to me right now.
Oh, why is she mad at you?
I'm not sure. The last 2 times I was over there, she wouldn't talk to me.
Well, she does that too.
I cornered her. I said, "Are you mad at me?" No. Okay then.
Well, today, Grandma
She's
Barb.
just being 10, but
Rainey's mom was over today, Grandma Barb, and so Grandma Barb's leaving, and the little kids are always, bye Grandma, and all of that, and Ellery was that way, and I hear her calling from upstairs. She goes, Rowan's in the other room down here, and Grandma says, I'm going now, Rowan, I'm leaving, which the normal response would be the girl runs upstairs and gives Grandma a hug. I'm leaving now. And Rowan goes, okay. And that was it. It was like,
that was me the other night.
You going to go up and say bye to Grandma? No, she's good.
Yeah, that was me the other night. Yeah. It's like, no, you're good. I'm like,
yeah, she's reaching that stage. So
whatever. She's 10, whatever.
Yeah. So anyway, there it is.
Kids are fickle that way. It's whatever. Yeah. But it's just at the same time, it's like, seriously? You're not going to give Uncle Dave a hug or even say goodnight or anything? You're just going to, okay, fine.
Okay, fine. No, I'm good. I'm good, she'll say. So anyway, that's why I'm coming back in here tonight. We're not going to do the show now. That's long over. But
Flint was that way at 10.
Yeah. So Rainey sat in here till 10 o'clock, I think, didn't she? A little bit after. And
it was a little after 10 when I logged on, and she was still there when I logged on. So.
And I didn't sign in the regular way. I just went live.
I noticed.
And so because I didn't have time to do anything special. So I just told everybody, hey, I'm going to mute the mic and just leave this open so I can report back. And that's when I went upstairs and they wanted me to take her in. So then I told Rainey, just go down and turn the mic on and let everybody know what's happening. So.
Oh, so you just left dead air and left?
Yeah, I just left the camera on with my mic muted because I didn't know if there'd be screaming up there.
But you weren't logged into Odyssey and everything.
No.
Okay.
I was not logged into Odyssey.
Gotcha.
So,
gotcha.
But I did send them a message. And
but that left the chat room open.
From anybody. Ron said prayers for all involved. So there you go.
But by doing that, you left the chat room open so you could.
Yep, that's why I did that. I left the mic off and the camera on so people could chat and people could see that there was no show tonight and etc. And then I sent Rainey down. So there you go.
We don't have to make you a technical difficulties graphic that you can post or something.
Yeah.
Like the old screen with the American Indian and the focusing points and stuff.
We're sorry, this station is experiencing technical difficulties.
So I'm driving this rental car, right?
Yeah.
Because my car's in the shop because when I came home from Wisconsin the last time, my alternator died on the trip home.
Yep.
And so this car is some sort of a hybrid thing, and every time I stop at a stoplight, the engine
Oh.
shuts off,
Nice.
and it freaks me out because I'm driving home now. It's late, and every time it's like, oh my god, the engine stopped. Oh, okay, it's supposed to do that. Okay,
Supposed to
okay.
do
Oh, it stopped again. Oh, my
Nice.
brain cannot wrap its head around the fact that it's going to do this every time I put my foot on the brake,
Right.
and stop at a light.
Exactly. So, I got a million things I can talk about, but probably not going to launch into anything. I just wanted to get on and let you all know.
I
what's
missed you
going
on KB this morning.
Yeah, I was on with KB for a little while this morning.
Yep, and I must have logged on about the time you logged off because we
Oh.
just passed like 2 ships in the night.
Sometimes I just think, it's nice to call in there, but I don't want to be obnoxious and call in all the time.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
He doesn't really
yeah.
care, but it's not my show. So
yeah. Kind of. I log on and I hang out in the chat room, and I'll chat with Callie and some of the others, and sometimes he'll say like 2 or 3 times, Dave, why don't you call in? Like,
yeah.
I just called in yesterday, and I really don't have anything to say. I'm just being a good guest, and coming and hanging out. But
yeah. So anyway, possible fun things going on with the radio show. I can't say anything or announce anything or what direction we're heading and what we're doing, but it's for the better. But
do you want to?
I don't know yet. So I'll let you on. What's that?
Do you want to do a live broadcast from the lodge on Thursday, the 27th?
I could do a remote broadcast. But some interesting things, some interesting things coming up, and I'll let you all know as that happens. It would be for the betterment of the show. We'll see what happens. So,
somebody's crazy uncle died and left you $1 million.
That'd be nice. I'd take that.
I'll send you the bill for the painting.
I just want to give it to charity. I want to give it to the birds that
I
don't
want to
eat
make sure
enough.
my dogs are taken care of.
My dogs.
Like, the fuck? What?
Yeah. Dave, I have left you in my will. Out of my billions of dollars, I have left you in my will. Meanwhile, Dave's
My penny collection.
leaning forward. I've left you the curator of my personal museum. So you may take all my action figures and pose them as you wish.
It's a volunteer position.
It's a volunteer position.
But you have it for life.
Oh, you're there for me. So if this is sponsored by Viagra or Metamucil, I'm gone, says Field Guy. Well, Field Guy, it just so happens that, hey guys, having a little trouble in getting it up? Well, oops, there you go. No.
I leave you my penny collection. All 6 of them.
Pro white. It's white out for paintings. That's all that was. So, yes, I leave you my vintage penny collection. Dates back to 1931 when they used real copper in the pennies.
But it's all 6 of them.
Yes. No, I have
boy.
one for every year through 1979. So please take care of them. I polished them daily. So yeah. And to my friend Dave, I leave my comic book collection. None of the really old ones, just the ones from like 1998 and up. So Sam said he wants my ring. This ring. I don't know if you folks have seen this. This is my ring. I've worn this this almost as old as Sam is. No, wait.
Yep.
Yeah, almost as old as Sam is.
Almost.
So that ring, it's got the 2 dragon heads on it and the emerald in the middle, and the dragons wrap around each other. And he said he wants that ring. He said, if you leave me anything, leave me your ring. And my swords, a couple of my swords. So Yes, never polish your knobs, only your pennies.
Yeah.
If I spoke with an accent, only your
Don't
pennies.
touch your blades.
Yeah, there it is. My blades need, my musket needs some.
You should only rub your pommel. Never touch your blade.
So, yeah, that's it. Good night, Matthew Sainsbury. Hey, Sarah, thank you. I hope Rainey kept you all entertained and did a good job of it. She's very good at that. And so I thought she'd just come on and make an announcement and go. And she apparently was here for the whole show. So that's pretty
Well,
good.
awesome.
And as we were coming back in, I do have to tell you this. That is the quickest I have ever been in and out of an ER in my life. It's usually something happens to your kids. And if you've got kids, you know this, folks, that nothing ever happens until it's after hours.
Yeah.
And then when that happens, you have to go into the ER and you're there for 4 or 5 hours and they send you home with Pepto-Bismol for the kid.
Easy. They must get paid by the minute on how long they take care of somebody. Because they stretch it out as a
Hey, Grumpy Stack. So I got there and there was no waiting. Nobody else was in there. We got in and
slow night.
And the hospital's only 12 minutes away. So we drove there, waited for all of 3 minutes, and we were in, and they didn't do any imaging, and they didn't think they needed to. The doc prescribed her some Tylenol, and he said, if anything comes up in the next couple of days, you come in and maybe we'll do some imaging. He didn't think anything was broken, and yada, yada.
No concussive damage.
And 5 minutes later, no concussion. 5 minutes later, we're signed out, and we've signed.
She's no slower than normal.
No slower than normal. It hurts. It brings a little tear to her eye when she turns her head wrong. When we were driving home, we'd hit a bump or turn on a curve. She was like, "Oh!" And
Uncle Dave knows that from his spine. When my back is out, it takes very little centrifugal force to let me know it's not good.
So I told her she would probably feel it more tomorrow and the next day. Excuse me.
Big time.
You'll probably.
How many times have I told her gymnastics inside is not a good idea?
Yeah. They would always do it in the living room, but of course you got wood floors up there, uncarpeted wood floors. Down here you got concrete, and
no give.
There's a thick area rug there. Those of you who got to see the video that Rainey played back, and she landed on a big pillow. It's good she had that, but she just had the percussion, just the smacking it down. And so she did something to her neck. So she'll be all right. I'm pretty sure she's going to be just fine. But you don't know. At the time it happens, she did walk upstairs. I didn't even know what happened when it happened. And she was upstairs, and Rainey said, you need to go up and check on Rowan. She was saying something about her neck or her head. And so I went up there, and she didn't look up the whole time. She's sitting, leaning against her bed, staring at the floor, crying. And I'm like, okay, let's, and I said, I'm going to call 911 because I don't want to move you. Because, I've seen enough TV medical shows over the years.
Oh, yeah.
You don't move.
It's a neck injury. You don't move them. Stay as immobile as possible.
So I just called him up. Yeah, that's what I think, Sarah. She probably just strained her neck muscles. And,
you don't want her head to fall off. That's never pleasant.
But at the time it happens, you don't want to. I wasn't sure if I should move her yet. And so, because I tried to have her stand up, I said, why don't we go get it checked out? And she couldn't stand up because it hurt too much.
She could have compacted an upper disc too.
She could have. She did say she felt it to the right of her upper spine when we were in the doctor's office. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, no permanent damage of any kind. So, but like I said, it's the fastest I've ever been in and out of an ER in my life. So I was back here by 10:07, and we left at about 7 minutes to 9. So
Does your chiropractor do imaging?
I think he can. Yeah, we'd probably just have him do it. And
Yeah, I don't think it would be a bad idea to take him.
that's
So
it, Sarah.
here I am with my
Never a
result,
dull
right?
moment. You're absolutely right. Never a dull moment. There's always something. And it's not that I downplay injuries. I've never been that kind of guy. If my kids are sick, let's go get them checked out. Let's go take care of it. Let's take care of business. I'm not one of those parents that's like, oh, nah. There ain't nothing wrong with you. You'll be fine. Here, let me give you a shovel. Dig a couple of holes for the garden, and you should be fine after that. And I'm not that kind of parent. But neither am I a coddling parent. I might inside want to coddle them, but my outward reaction to my kids is one of, there went Dave. My outward reaction to the kids is, I think you'll be okay. I think you're probably fine. Why don't you get up? Let's walk around. Let's see how things are, blah, blah, blah. You get it. So I think we lost Dave there. And it's okay. I'm not going to stick around very much longer. Boy, that's all I got. Yeah, a football stinger. Yeah, she folded up like getting tackled. Yeah, that was kind of it. And she's not used to being tackled, so she's all right. So how was Rainey, everyone, while I was gone? So Ellery said something, and I know Rainey grabbed her and covered her mouth, and she was laughing. And she said, you can't say that. She said, I don't know what she said. That would have been about 9:15 to 9:30, and that.
Well, we'll have to do a playback on that.
I'll have to do a playback and see what she said. And then Rainey said something about, you can say boobies, but you can't say that. So I don't know what she was talking about. So
anyways, I was going to say, when I fell off the loading dock and my ribs were all discombobulated and everything, the ER, did all this imaging, said, well, nothing's broken and you're going to be in pain for a few days and blah, blah, blah. Went to the chiropractor. She popped my ribs back into place and the pain pretty much ended in 24 hours.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So I'm just saying that, your chiropractor might be able to straighten her neck in just a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
But
well, it's good to hear, by the way, Doug, that Rainey was a pro. You got competition, Scotty. He said she could do her own show.
Oh, yeah,
she
totally.
Should. Rainey could do a great show, and I think she would draw a huge audience. So,
just another way to live off of her.
Yeah, why not? What do you mean another way to live off of her?
Monetize that wife, baby.
That's right. So, yeah, I'm getting older.
If you want to live the good life, you got to monetize that wife and get her brain.
That's right. Get her working. So, but yeah, she was always good. A few years ago, we were looking into having her start a show, and she just never really. It wasn't not wanting to get into it; just never did it. So, Roger says Carly had a sublimated rib that was causing a lot of issues, even adding pressure on her lungs, and the chiro fixed it right up. I'm a big believer in chiros.
Yeah, been there.
Steve Clark said Rainey's show would be a barrel of laughs. Well, that's good to know.
I think so.
Wasting a cash cow in her prime, said Field Guy. There you go. Yeah, she's got to jump on this.
Don't call her a cow. Don't say that. Don't say that when she's around.
Yeah, don't call her
Who
a
you
cow.
calling a cow?
Yep. We'll let her quick recover to my intentions. Appreciate that, David Castle. Thank you very much, sir. So yeah. She could start with one show a week, 1 hour a week. Come on and speak your mind. Rainey can talk politics. She can kick ass on politics. And I'm 1,200 miles away, so what do I care, says Field Guy. Yeah, there you go. because she'll drive down and kick your ass. That's why. That's my wife. Don't take that seriously. We're all just joking around. So
She could do it though.
Grumpy's Health for Dummies is going to be Grumpy Stack's new show. I'll look forward to seeing that, Grumpy. So anyway, let's see. Hold on, I gotta send somebody a quick message. Let's talk in the morning. Boom. That's all I gotta say there. All right. Well, folks,
All right.
this would be just nothing but nothing. Wasted time talking over here. I could come up with topics and we could talk about stuff, but I don't wanna tonight.
I picked up.
But Dave does. What you picked what up?
I picked up the drywall tape and all that stuff so I can
cool.
tape and mud the walls. So
Right on. We picked up some at the thrift store yesterday.
oh, awesome, good. I will be. I should get my car back on Monday. Another $1,500 I have to come up with at the last minute.
Of course.
So that's
Of course. That's what I say. You never say out loud, look at the excess we've got sitting in the bank. That's unique this month. We got a little extra to fall back on. There it goes. Car will break down. Oh, my brakes went out.
Engine repairs in the motorhome weren't big enough for you? Let me give you a car damage too.
Yeah. Hey, we'll take care of that for you. So, yeah, I never speak out loud anymore that I have a little extra in the bank. And a little extra could be range from $68 to $400 sitting in the bank. You go, oh,
Are your walls looking beige and drab? Are you tired of the
Yes.
existence you live in? Would you like to live in the world of fantasy where you belong? Well, damn it, you're an adult. You can have your house painted any way you want. Just hire Pot Scott. We'll come in and give you whatever you need. You want to live in a spaceship?
That's it.
We can do that. You want to live in a fairy forest? We can do that. You want to live in a hobbit hole? We can make that happen.
Yep. And so that'll be kind of our new tag. That we did that years ago. Dave and I became Pot Scott, Potter and Scott. Pot Scott art and Trumplo and murals and all of that stuff. So, yeah, we need to cleanse all this bad juju, says Sarah. Yeah, I do too.
And nothing
I know
cleanses it like
exactly
a
what you
good
mean.
coat of paint.
Like nothing cleanses it like a good shot of bourbon or single malt Highland.
Well, that too. That too. We can mix bourbon into the paint if that's what makes you happy. We'll be happy to do it.
Yeah. It's a little goldish tinge. So, but I want to do a mural on this wall. I was also thinking rather than doing, I was looking at castles, and so I had Dave looking at castles too. Let's do something, a scenery with a big castle behind there. But then I thought, no, I want to try something maybe a little different. And I started looking at some of the concept art for A Monster Calls. You know, so the book I read my kids and that movie with the Cernunnos, the Celtic god, and embodied in a yew tree, and uproots himself. And you want a giant ent? Yeah, kind of like that, Sarah. I think he'd be a little cooler looking than an ant. Could you see that though? I also saw some pictures of rather than do that, like over in this area, we're too close to it here. Well, you can see, where the wall is. It's way back here. But paint that wall with a big oak tree coming up and over, and there's a little hillside here. And you would see off into the valley. It could be a castle. It could be whatever I want to put in there. The valley's so low. Hang your head over, hear the wind blow. That makes me think of an old Western with
Yeah.
Kirk Douglas and Gabby Hayes. Gabby Hayes. And he would sing that song, and Burt Lang, or not Burt, I keep doing that.
Kirk Douglas.
Kirk Douglas was like the sheriff or a bounty hunter that was bringing that old guy in. And he would sing that song, and it would tap something. And it says, "Don't sing that song," he says. You know? Down in the valley's so low. Hang your head over, hear the wind blow. Except Gabby Hayes was more like, down in the valley's so low.
I love Gabby Hayes.
Was it Gabby Hayes? Was he the same one who was in the?
No, I think you're thinking
TV series.
he's an
The
older
Guns
bald
of
guy,
Will
right?
Sonnet? Do you remember
You're
the
thinking
TV
the older
series?
bald guy.
The TV, I think it was Gabby Hayes, but did he do the series The Sons of Will Sonnet? Anybody ever
think so.
see that? That's an old series.
I think you're thinking the old bald guy that was in Laredo, I think, with John Wayne and Dean Martin.
The Guns of
Laredo.
Wilson. Well, there was that one, but
But Gabby was the one that did all the stuff with
Humphrey Bogart.
no.
Walter Brennan.
cowboy.
That's who I'm thinking of. Not Gabby
Famous
Hayes. It
cowboy.
was Walter Brennan.
Roy Rogers. Gabby Hayes was with Roy Rogers all the time.
Yep. And it was Walter Brennan that played in the movie with Kirk Douglas. And I'm looking at, Walter Brennan. There he is. He was in The Guns of Will Sonnet, which was a great TV series. And what was the other movie? I'm looking for his movies here. A Bell for Jeff Sonnet came out in 1967. Let's see. I'm looking for the one where he starred with Kirk Douglas, and I'm pretty sure that's who it was Walter Brennan. So you have to look it up, guys. Great old movie actor. Gabby Hayes, I believe, was in a movie with Humphrey Bogart. I don't hear Dave yapping, so I must have lost.
I'm sorry.
Oh, there he is.
No, I'm there.
There
Sorry.
you are. No, that's all right. No, it wasn't
I was
Yul Brynner.
maneuvering on the highway.
Wasn't Yul Brynner, Sarah. It was a guy that looked like an old guy. You know, he was an old cowboy. But so was Walter Brennan. So that was
Who did a similar voice to what Gabby did. That sort of high-pitched
that voice. It was
cackly
kind of that Western voice. It was kind of like that, you know.
A little bit of
You're gonna
Appalachian.
whistle Dixie. You're gonna draw that pistol. You're gonna whistle Dixie. What are you gonna do with that?
Yeah, a little bit of Appalachia in with his.
Yeah,
his
slight
tone.
bit. So look those guys up. You'll see them. Well worth watching some old movies like that. So I am. It's 10 minutes to 11. I'm gonna cut out of here. Folks,
right.
Sorry for the last minute change up. As I say, none of these things ever happen until 10 minutes before the show. So, or in the middle of the night. So,
I'm passing the refinery. I've got an hour left in my drive.
There it is. Well, you have a good drive, Dave. Drive safe. And I'll see you tomorrow, brother.
Hey, everybody, be good to one another and do something good for someone.
There
All
you
right?
go. There you go. Good night. All right, folks. Let's get out of here. Tomorrow, as far as I know, regular time. We do have Mark Coltis coming on the show tomorrow night. Paranormal investigator, but he's a builder of equipment and very knowledgeable about how these things work. The spirit boxes and the ITC equipment and things like that. So I think it's going to be an interesting show tomorrow. We'll bring him in the beginning of the show. We'll hold him over as long as he wants to stay. He will be 6 hours ahead of us at 9 p.m. Central tomorrow. It'll be 3 a.m. in London where he lives. So we'll see how he's doing, and we'll take it all from there. So everybody who's here, thanks for coming in the second time. Rainey said, if you run down there quick, I just let everybody go. So I ran down here quick, and here we are. So thank you for being here. Thanks for being part of everything I do here. And this is my life. This is what I do. You get to share elements of my life that I don't share with a lot of other people. I share with you guys. And I've said this show is pretty much me. It's my journal of my life. My memoirs are all wrapped up in this show. So you go back several years and look at all the recordings, you get my kids will have years of entertainment after I die. So there you go. So without further ado, I shall say adieu. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, adieu. Adieu, adieu to you and you and you. And of course, many of you know what that is. If you don't know what that is, you're probably a millennial. So have a good night and live long and prosper.